Our people in the newsroom that read through these symptoms, have you seen them that this will be part of maybe menopause? None of them have ever seen it. But it includes things like anxiety, arthritis, asthma, bloating, body odor, brain fog, brittle nails, chronic fatigue syndrome, crawling skin sensations all over the body, decreased desire for sex, dental problems, depression, difficulty concentrating, dizzy spells, dry or itchy eyes, dry mouth, dry skin, frozen shoulder, headaches, heart palpitations, high cholesterol, hot flashes. I'm not reading all, but I'm just trying to highlight, and the list goes on. Kidney stones, memory issues, mental health disorders, migraines, muscle aches, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, sleep apnea, sleep disturbances, thinning hair on head, thinning skin, unwanted hair growth, weight gain, and many others. And they've said, according to this book, they continue to add on with the symptoms. My issue, and I want to say, I'm shocked that we still haven't been able to deal with this, let alone in Fiji, but the rest of the world is still coming out with. Why do you think that's the case?
I think it just goes back to focus, what our country is focusing on. And a lot of the agenda around health can be driven by obviously what's the main issues of the nation, as well as what the global issues are that we're trying to achieve, and regional context as well. So I think it could be that, but I could be wrong in saying that. But one of the things that literally drives a lot of our factors is disease. And when you look at it, it's part of the whole, like I said, it's a womb to tomb process. This is part of wellness. It's a whole concept across that woman's well-being. And it's just a transition. Why? Because the hormones are changing. And the hormonal levels are changing with the male-female hormones, the estrogen we've got in the body. And why this hasn't been focused globally, nationally, it's definitely something that we look at it from the wellness context, like I said. But I must say, it doesn't mean that there's nothing being done. There is things being done. There is recognition, but we need women to come forth as well. And now breaking the silence is allowing that to happen, where they come forth and say, Doc, I've been going through this. What do you think I'm going through? And I'm at this age, I'm missing my menses, I'm missing my periods, and I'm feeling fatigued, although I don't do much. I'm literally feeling weak, I'm tired for no reason. And these things, when women start recognizing, okay, that could be a bit of a problem associated with menopause, they probably come forward with it. And I must say, we need to take responsibility and to take ownership of this and respond and educate our women and men equally, our population as a whole. And like Nalini said, we need to start this early, because this is one of the reasons when we start that education context, it changes the ball game in the sense there's a lot more better understanding in any relationship, and we respond appropriately or in a different manner. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons for that valid question that you've got, but like I mentioned, I think breaking the silence right now is very important and key to us as a nation moving forward.
What are your thoughts on the report, Nalini, that came out, also listed several symptoms that women were feeling, and many said they did not know what was happening to them. What are your thoughts on this?
Let me say, Vijay, on the outset, more than half the symptoms I'm experiencing, because I am menopausal. Induced menopause, because my perimenopause was, very, very severe. And when it was happening to me, I didn't know, I just thought, it's part of the process, and it's should be okay after a while. I didn't know that very prolonged heavy bleeding means anemia, severe anemia. And if I don't look after anemia, there's going to be other things, happening. What if I got an infection and, other complications, what kills you is not menopause directly, but interlinked issues, right? So what the issue here is that is what Dr. Rachel said. We look at individual issues. So you got aching bones, so we'll go and treat that. Oh, I see, you got thinning hair or a vision problem, watery eyes like what I have all the time now. We'll go fix that. But, it's not looked at in a holistic way. There's this thing, the approach to discussing sex, sexuality, reproductive health. We don't do it openly. So we don't talk about it openly. Even though we might know that there could be some links to what's happening, a vaginal area or uterus or, but because we are taught not to talk about it, we don't talk about it. And we don't say these things out loud because it's considered taboo or dirty, or I may be, considered as some other type of, person if I talk about that openly. But when we don't present everything in that connected way, then there's no way for the medical profession to actually, get to the bottom of maybe what's happening. Or if that person is not trained, then what questions do they ask? They will just stop it at, all right, you got bones that are sore, we'll give you this medication, right? And then next thing you know, it's going to be something else. You might have a UTI, and you'll just be treated for the UTI. Whereas when we are educated about the kinds of symptoms women could go through at a particular age period, then we then have the power ourselves to speak up about it. And if we have family members around, men included, if they are aware of what could be happening, then they could be, helping, get the woman to, seek the right type of help, rather than call her, she's bimar, and, say she's resting, or she can't be doing anything else because she's sick. She's not sick, she just needs to have the right hormones working in her body again, so that she does have that energy and that ability to carry on, whatever she wants to do. It's knowing about what's happening, but knowing about it in the correct way. We've talked about women's health seeking behavior. Women who will, take traditional herbal medicines and go to prayer meetings and all of these things, whilst at the same time, significantly suffering from, reproductive health issues, including the symptoms of or manifestations of menopause, perimenopause, and it just can lead to very dire consequences. Aside from the health implications, we have seen, or heard of stories of women who have left their jobs abruptly, because, one, they can't cope with their work, and two, the employers don't understand what's happening. And, right at the prime of their employment, their careers, making moves like that, and suddenly after a while realizing, that was happening at that time, why did I quit my job, because there is no support services. People don't understand what happens to women only because we don't verbalize what's happening to us. And I would encourage more women to talk about this, even in their peers.
Absolutely.